A brutal Republic super fortress is under siege from the battle droid army. Trenches line the outside before getting to the ramparts of the fortress itself, which are dotted with ATTE cannons disconnected from the tanks and AV-6 cannons as well. The 104th Wolfpack mans the fortress. They recently lost their barracks to the battle droid army just days before, a more lightly guarded area. With the barracks now gone, the droids can attack from 3 different locations. The barracks, the grassy plains to the north, and finally, the tank depot to the south. Will this absolutely brutal Republic super fortress manage to hold out against an oncoming battle droid army of monstrous proportions? Yo, what's going on, gamers? It's ya boy, Daily Tactics here, back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, and we've had a lot of super fortresses in our past. It's become almost a staple of the channel, and it's of course a staple of just Men of War in general, a classic map concept to just have an absolutely brutal fortress under siege, and today might be the most hardcore fortress we've ever done. The trenches in front of the fortress itself are stacked with troopers and E-web turrets. The fortress has ATTE cannons and tons of troopers on the inside and the outside, and these walls are basically indestructible. The droids are going to have to come on into the fortress if they want to fell this beast. The clone army does have some weaknesses though with this fortress, in that the interior is not super well guarded. The exterior has tons and tons of clone troopers, however the interior is a bit lighter considering the Grand Army of the Republic wanted to really stack the exterior instead of the interior. Additionally, another drawback for the clone trooper army is the fact that the droids surround them on 3 sides. This side, and this side. And the droids are bringing the pain. They've got few hundred, if not 1,000 battle droids collapsing in on this fortress that maybe has 200 soldiers defending it. So we will see if this absolute monster of a super fortress manages to hold out and defeat the oncoming separatist battle droid army. Leave your predictions in the comment section below. Who will win, the super fortress or the battle droids? Also, make sure to hit that like button. Let's try and get 1,500 likes in the first 24 hours. And if you haven't already, a subscription from you would be so appreciated from me. I really do have to thank you guys for all the continued support. We're trying to get to 250K by the end of the year. Let's see if we can do that. All right, let's get it going. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, boys, let's go ahead and press start right here, and the battle droid army begins its march on forward here. For whatever reason, this map is just super wet. It's super swampy. Literally anywhere a battle droid or clone trooper steps, it splashes. So that's super uncomfortable. These clones are definitely going to get trench foot, unless of course their armor is pretty good. Who knows? You know, it's probably trench foot proof, I'd imagine. Either way, we have the first few shots getting fired from a couple of Wolfpack troopers right here. They get slain pretty easily. Oop, they had a comrade on those rocks out there too. Yeah, those droids dispatch with those forward operating troopers pretty darn quickly. Another explosion getting hit right there from the AAT. These clones are definitely getting thwomped at the moment. Doesn't seem like this ATTE cannon is doing too much. It takes a shot to the left where no droids were. Okay, very helpful, I guess. Looks like an AAT shot went and hit this this E-web turret and literally disintegrated the troops on it. Meanwhile, some of these troops in the back lines here are getting thwomped by some incoming battle droid army troopers. These flanks are some of the least guarded areas of the super base here, and are definitely some of the areas that are more prone to just getting completely thwomped in the early hours of this battle. However, the clones here are not going to go down without a fight, and they do manage to get the battle droids knocked down quite a bit. Another E-Web turret over here where the clones manning it have just been completely disintegrated. I think those AATs are straight up just targeting these guys. In this one right here, there's only one trooper remaining when there used to be two. Some rocket troopers hitting this AAT out in the front of the base. I think the front of the base is where we're going to be seeing the most violence and most brutality of this battle. It's where the most clone troopers are and where the most battle droids are, so therefore it's prone to having the most action. It just makes sense. The clone troopers here are defending pretty well. They're getting some good shots off. They're taking out some of these AATs that are rolling on up into the shop. They seem to actually be doing a really good job. A few troopers are going down, especially those at the very, very frontward trenches here. But that's to be expected. You're not going to have a super fortress that literally doesn't have troopers die. You know, super fortresses, they might be strong, but they will lose troopers. For whatever reason, the cannons are all pointing to the left flank, though, which is super unhelpful, if I do say so myself. These things should probably be focusing just dead ahead of them, but no, they are all geared towards the flanks. So not very helpful from those ATTE cannons, but luckily the trenches themselves have a lot of bazooka troopers that can manage to do some serious damage, though the ones in this very front line over here did end up going down. Droid infantry is beginning to head on forward here. You can see there's been a lot of actually artillery fire previously before those cannons turn and face the other direction, but a lot of artillery fire left some fresh ground holes. You can tell the new ones are a little bit of a light tan, while the old ones are that darker, more worn one. It only makes sense. Another AAT in the front lines there, blowing up sky high. Other ones getting caught in some of these potholes and whatnot. It is a rough terrain to be going over. It's a good thing they've got hover tanks, but considering the mod is not very good at actually making tanks hover, they do tend to glitch out in a few different places. Those ATTE tank heads managing to get some good shots on a lot of the droid infantry. They seem to be focusing on infantry rather than the tanks themselves, which, I mean, hey, to each their own. You got to do what you got to do, baby. One of the AV cannons over here has been blown up. The other one is still alive. Ooh, that was a close hit. That almost took out these tanks, or not tanks, but tank heads. It's kind of funny that they're just ATTE heads, but I mean, why not? If you got spare heads but not enough tanks, just throw them on a rampart. Oh, it did eventually end up going down right there. That's a big F in the chat right there, boys. AV cannon finally pointing this way and actually launching a few shells at the enemy. It's good to see that, you know, it's not being completely ineffective here, and it finally is getting into gear. Maybe these guys were too far away for a time for these guys to actually hit them. Oh, but the AV cannon does get a direct hit from an AAT right there. We have another ATTE cannon up here that just completely got tossed off. Ooh, same with this one over here. This one does still manage to live, and it's still getting some good infantry kills here, but all of its comrades are down for the count. Okay, droids are beginning a bit of an assault over here. They managed to take out this E-Web turret here, but they have yet to really get up on these platforms too well. There's a good number of clones up here on the platform itself that should be able to gun any droids down who come into those little choke point ramps. So I think the back is still solid because just not too many droids are attacking there, and therefore the clones can afford to have not too many clones there themselves. It's sort of how that works out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Either way, the trench-ridden clone troopers of the 104th Wolfpack Battalion down here are maintaining their fire here. A few of them are dropping to the ground, mainly I think from snipers. I'm not seeing too much fire from the Wolfpack. Every once in a while they spurt out some fire, and I think that's because the droids are still actually really far away in terms of relative distance when it comes to infantry. So the infantrymen are having a little bit of trouble getting really far shots off with these, you know, less distanced rifles. I mean, DC-15A is relatively long range. It's more like mid to long range, and the DC-15S is definitely short range. So the fact that, you know, the droids are so far away, it restricts how much fire the clones can get out, since they won't actually be able to hit the droids back there, so they don't fire at them. And the droids with snipers are able to sort of pick off the clones because, well, snipers can work at a long distance. We do have a bit of a breach over here on the far right trenches. These clone troopers over this way have lost their post, and now droids are beginning to head on in. It's not the end of the world for the clones on the far right trenches over here, because still there are clone troopers up on these ramparts up here, managing to get some good shots down at the attacking droids and preventing them from doing a complete flank of these troopers over here. But these troopers over here do have the threat of many AATs coming at them right now, as well as a bunch of droid infantry in this swampland coming forward too. There were a few clone troopers left alive in this pit for a while, but now there only is one clone medic right there, and of course Lord Gonk, but no one would dare to harm Lord Gonk for fear of retribution from the Gonk Master and just the universe in general itself. So, you know, you don't mess with the Gonkster. This one medic right here is a survivor, dude. His health must be insane! Well, all troopers on the battlefield right now have the exact same health, so that's not true. And he does get up and get shot by a shotgun right there and bites the dust. The last of the clone troopers out here in this outdoor trench getting pegged by a lot of incoming fire, keeping them suppressed and really preventing them from doing anything to help out right now. Yeah, these guys are a dying breed. The trench clones are definitely a dying breed. And the outdoor cannons also kind of a dying breed as the AATs continue to focus fire on them, blowing up many of the last remaining ones. They've still got one over here that's firing away nicely, getting some good infantry kills. This one over here did eventually go down, and it looks like the droids are actually entering into the military base over this way. However, before they can get too far, it seems like the clones are managing to take them out, being very strategic on when they kill them. Except for this droid apparently gets a free pass. Nope, he gets killed real quick there. Oh, this clone managing to take out a few more. Nice job. Oh, but he does end up getting gunned down. So we do have a breach here, but the droids don't really seem to be making too much progress, and there's still plenty of clones within the fortress itself to take them out for the time being. The front lines over here, it looks like some extreme losses have been taken from the Rampart troopers over here and over here on the right. So these guys, while they did, you know, help out the front lines for a time, now they are in danger themselves of, you know, getting overthrown by the battle droid army here. They're managing to get a lot of fire out, killing many more battle droids, but I think the real problem is this AAT fire. The AATs are all the way out there, which sort of prevents them from being destroyed, not to mention they've got a graveyard of AATs in front of them that almost is a shield. You know, it's like a dead body shield. It's kind of dark, but it's working for them, you know, and it's preventing the clones from taking out those AATs, and the AATs are therefore able to just get some nasty shots on these troopers on the ramparts and really wipe them out. These guys over here are definitely doing better than the fellas on the left. Hopefully they don't look to their left and are like, oh god, Johnny's dead, no! Because a mass panic right now for the clone troopers would definitely be something that, it'd be no bueno. A mass panic from clone troopers isn't something that really ever happens. However, if it did, this would be the worst timing, you know. Oh, big AAT shot right there. Wipes out the left half of these trenches. Oh, God. That was brutal. I think it hit, like, the top up here, so we didn't get to see the explosion, but we got to see the aftershock, which can be just as deadly in this game. There's just 4 clones remaining over here. These guys are the ones guarding the main entrance from this large batch of droids. The side entrances still are having droids coming on in frequently, but the droids are getting wiped out. Actually, the interior defense is doing a lot better than I first assumed it would. I thought the interior defense was going to be, you know, pretty crummy, but I'm seeing a lot of dead droids here and the clones still standing tall within these hollowed halls. So, not bad in the slightest. And still on the outside over here in the flank, the clones are managing to hold on to this platform. Like I said, you know, this is going to be an interesting platform to watch because there are very few clones. Oh my god, an explosion in the halls over here. Holy cow. You know, this platform will be hard to hold for the clones because they don't have that many troopers in it, but at the same time, the droids really don't have as many troopers as they do in the front lines. So, you know, the front is where we're going to see a big boom of droids coming forward. A few of them stepping onto this ramp and beginning the assault. However, they seem to be getting deterred. All of the ramparts seem to have been taken care of. There is still one ATTE gun over here. Oh, this must be what's shooting down this hallway. Wait, is that the case? Dude, are you shooting all the way out here and hitting those droids? If so, that is insane. Insanely dangerous, that is, but whatever, to each their own, I guess. This ATTE cannon is alive as well, and I think it is also shooting inside. Guys, this is against all safety protocols of the Republic. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to report these clone troopers because this is... Huh. Well, I guess no one likes a narc, so I'll let them do their thing. Never mind. You know, no one likes a narc. More droids attacking this platform, but getting gunned down. It actually looks like droids are coming from the interior and trying to get at the exterior platform over here, but just getting gunned down repeatedly. So this interior fight is actually going the way for the clone troopers. This ain't bad in the slightest. Some droids tried to come in here and take these barracks, but these clone troopers are holding on to that area very, very tightly. I really like the look of the Wolfpack CGI clones. They look so nice. They are really, really cool. This poor guy right here is sandwiched between a lot of guys, and he's got his own massive turret firing at him. It's no bueno. Oh! Oh, that was big. That was a big push from that droid. He manages to get a kill. Every kill in the interior here counts for like double right now for the droids because of the sheer amount of choke points and things like that. You know we love choke points on this channel, baby. But the sheer number of choke points really makes it so every kill counts for the battle droids, and getting a kill on a clone trooper can result in a lot more troopers coming forward. For whatever reason, these clones are just letting these guys come in. Probably just a glitch in the game, but other clones further back are managing to take care of them. Or they have that weird delayed response where they're like, oh, wait, hey, we let that guy go. Wait, kill him, shoot him. Wait, don't let him get away. And so they slowly but surely kill him. I really like these ARF troopers for the 104th Wolfpack. These guys look amazing. I love the dark gray on the ARF trooper armor with the Wolfpack symbol. That is dope. That is really cool. I might do an entire video with just those guys because they look fire, dude. They look absolutely fire. Let's be honest. That's absolutely epic. So, as it stands right now on the minimap, red are the clone troopers left alive, and blue are the battle droids left alive. The battle droids have a lot of troopers left, but in all reality, they have taken significant losses over the course of this battle. I think it's about time where we go ahead and squad up the attackers. Doesn't really give them too much of a benefit, but it just makes them sort of work together in the later half of the battle and makes it more fun to watch. A lot of you guys who are, you know, frequenters of the channel know that we like to do this on this channel. However, for new people, just like to give them the gist of what we're doing here and why we're squatting up these troopers to make them work together a little bit more, be a little bit more strategic, and make the battle overall more interesting. So at this point in the battle, AATs are really not super effective. I mean, there's very little point to having any AATs on the battlefield, considering now, you know, it's completely an interior battle. I suppose there are those two ATTE tank heads that still need taking out, but it seems like the AATs aren't really focusing on them. Instead, they're just kind of wandering on. Oh, whoops. Wandering around the outskirts of the battlefield here, derping around. So it really is going to be a bit of an infantry versus infantry fest. Whoever manages to out-infantry the other ends up winning this battle. And I think that's how it's going to go. Main strongholds for the clones are, I guess we got a good number of troopers left alive over here for the clone troopers guarding this main entrance, and the ATTE is sort of helping them out as well. So that's one main area for the clones. Another one is probably this inner circle right here. We've got one trooper holding this doorway for them. We've got 4 troopers around here, and then a couple more troopers back there sort of supporting from the back. The back entrance yard over here with this like landing platform thing, this is going to be a pretty key area. There's a lot of clones left alive over here that are managing to get a lot of droid kills. This barracks, it used to be a really good stand point. Look at all the dead droids right there, but those clones did end up dying after a while, so not great. Those are all the dead bodies in the fortress right now. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Oh, I guess this area is still alive. There's a couple of clones. This will be a good choke point for later on in the battle as well, if it comes to that. So yeah, I'm just looking for more clones. It seems like there's a good number of areas where we could see some final stands in action here that the droids just haven't gotten to yet. And I'm thinking this clone defense has still got a lot of legs to it, and the droids just really aren't able to do too much right now. Many of the droids are kind of stuck in these nooks. This happens frequently when you have siege battles in Men of War. For whatever reason, they get caught outside. So we'll just move anyone in a nook sort of towards the entrance. I won't explicitly send them in, but just to gear them up for the attack. Otherwise, they're just sitting here doing literally nothing, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, you know, they're not utilizing their potential in the slightest. All right, yeah. We'll get those guys up there and moving. These guys actually are stuck. So we'll free them from their bonds. I got a bit of an assault from a squad of droids over here on the left of this platform area. They are dicing up some of these clone troopers, but these clones are still managing to get a good number of kills, though they are getting kind of suppressed here, which is not great. Those droids over on the right also coming up a little bit. That might be the end of these fellas right here. Yeah, these guys are having a tough go at it, but at least they're, you know, going down with a good fight. Oh, actually, some droids from the interior there end up coming through here and wiping out from the flank. Wow, that was kind of surprising. That was crazy. They just kind of came out of nowhere. Oh, there's another pretty good holdout area over this way with actually all ARF troopers over this way. This could be a good holding position. The holding position down center, still managing to kick it pretty well, but it looks like the flank over here ended up getting taken out. There really was only one clone trooper holding that area, so it allowed the droids to take him out and then sweep those 3 guys holding right there from the side as they sort of fought the guys in the back and resulted in their deaths. A couple clones right here, kind of oblivious to the guys on their flank. They managed to get 2 kills before going down. The troopers over this way, looks like they ended up going down due to the troopers assaulting from the front. So now we have 2 holdout areas. 2 rooms, really. So we have 1 room right here. And we have 1 room right here. Let's go ahead and make some noise in 1 room just to get the droids coming. Probably shouldn't have done it with the guy right at the doorway entrance, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. That's my bad. All right, let's do another one. There you go. That should get the droids to attack over here. Hey, there's droids right there. Why don't you shoot them? They're right there. Shoot this guy. Okay, there you go. There you go. Ooh, this guy can get shot from the outside, so that's kind of bad for him. He's not in the greatest position for this. Let's see. All right, droid's doing just a massive clear out assault right now. That's the way you want to do it. You know, in a tight choke point area where it's just 1 room, you just need to lob in as many troopers as possible. If you decide to go with the sort of slow and steady trickle in, you're bound to lose way more than if you just blast through real quick. All right, we have 1 more area of defense for these clone troopers. 2 troopers out here defending. We'll see if they manage to get any kills. I don't think they'll win the day for us here, but if they can get a few more droid kills, I'd call it a personal victory for them before they die. There you go. There's a kill right there. Another one. And the droids are doing the bum rush tactic right here. The clones do manage to get a few more kills, but they do both go down. That's just the ultimate tactic to use when you're dealing with a choke point. And that is it for the clone troopers. They do end up losing the super fortress, overwhelmed by droids and AAT tanks. But if we look at the deaths on the battle, this doesn't include exploded troopers. I mean, you can see there's a lot of guns here, but no bodies. That's because the troopers exploded or were run over by tanks. So there's probably... Actually, this is really probably inaccurate. I'm seeing so many guns on the ground without bodies near them. So I think tanks rolled over just a ton of the bodies over here, and explosions blew them up. So I think a few hundred droids died, and of course the clones are all dead too. But I think the clones really did a great job defending here, especially at the interior. I wasn't expecting the interior to get nearly as many kills as it did, but it really did do pretty darn well. And I think the exterior did just as well as I thought it would. I mean, there's tons of dead droids on the exterior, so I would definitely say a very Pyrrhic victory for the Battle Droid Army here. Clones did a fantastic job. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below if you did. Subscribe if you have not already, and smash that like button. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.